Hello everyone, Ian Bailey back with another video, and I want to thank everyone who's subscribed to the channel so far and pressed the like button on the video. I feel like I'm a proper YouTuber now when I ask people to subscribe and like the video and comment and all that. So thank you for those who have done that. And this week is a little bit different from the other week. So in the past, I've focused on kind of EDC magic, talking about my own effects and effects of my friends that I really like. And that has led me into a lovely kind of interlude, I suppose, or take off in a different direction this week with my good friend Adam. Now, Adam Dadswell is a mentalist. He's based in the kind of Manchester area around there, up north for us Southerners, anywhere past Northampton is up north. And I first met him when filming for the 1914. Good friend, and he's got some exciting things to talk about this week. So I'm going to bring him in and say hello to Adam. How are we doing, Adam?
I'm all right, mate. How are you? You
yeah,
good?
Doing well. Yeah, doing very well. Thank you. It was Manchester, wasn't it?
You're going to get in trouble now because
it's not. Is it? It's
no, it was. It was.
Right.
So
okay,
you're half right. I grew up north of Manchester, but then I moved to Liverpool. Quite a controversial move.
Yeah.
Not long ago, about 3-4 years ago now. So
right.
Yeah,
I knew. Yeah, so I knew Manchester was in the story, and then I was aware that you were doing things at the Oracle Bar as well.
Yeah.
So tell me about the Oracle Bar. How long have you been performing at it? What is the Oracle Bar? Who do you perform with?
Yeah, so the Oracle Bar is it's a cocktail bar. It's a speakeasy bar in Liverpool. It's run by a couple of magicians that people may know. Guys called Ben and Terry, Ben Francis, Terry Chung. Those guys, they've actually just moved the Oracle Bar as well to a new space, which is exciting. So I would recommend, if anyone's ever in Liverpool and they want to check it out, they should do. It's basically really nice cocktails along with a team of magicians that will come along to your table and perform for you. So it's quite intimate in that, you're spending kind of, if there's a table of two, you've got a magician coming to the table. It's not a case of you're one in an audience, if you will.
Right.
So it's quite a different format. But yeah, I think I first met the guys back in 2020, going into 21. I performed pretty solidly there for a little while, kind of weekly to fortnightly, I'll be honest, like over time, like I've kind of got busier on like weddings and corporate bits and stuff like that. And I'm not as frequent there now, but I still like to get in there and perform with the guys every so often. And you probably know a few of the guys who've been in there, and Lewis Laval performs there every now and then. A guy called Luke Morgan, Ash. You've got like a bunch of people that is a kind of quite a network of magicians kind of that frequent the bar. So it's quite nice to be able to have that kind of circle. I know it's not everyone has the chance for that, so it's quite lovely, really.
Yeah, no, that does sound good. I think I was reading. So people who know me know that I'm a big Jay Sankey fan, and also I've just recently had a baby. People wouldn't necessarily know both of those things, but yeah. So I've recently had a baby, which means that I'm up a lot in the night. And I've just decided to kind of really properly read the definitive Sankey books, right, and actually read the interviews and things like that. Because when you're so familiar with a person, you just end up skipping over loads of stuff. But actually, I thought I'd just give it a good read. He talked about in his interview, and it's really something that's resonated with me a lot in the past kind of maybe 6 months, is that he suddenly started to get fed up of big kind of corporate gigs because he was end up having, like, he's not just a magician, but he's having to convince people to like magic before he's doing it. And he was coming up against loads of people who just didn't really want to see it. It wasn't their thing. Obviously, they're writing him off before they've seen him based on past experiences and things. But it just made me realize that, I think the reason why I've kind of in the past had a problem with doing, like, being really busy with gigs is because you have some really good gigs where people love it, right? They absolutely love magic and they want to see it. Sure. Family bookings and things like that. But then you do have big venues where you're just a number and people don't care. They didn't really realize there was a magician there or not. And I do envy places like the Oracle Bar where they've literally gone to see magic. And it seems like 100%. What you have is like an LNL audience all the time because they want to be there, they want to see it.
I think it's and I said this to Terry the most recent time that I performed. I said this is still my favourite place to perform magic. Yeah. I said it's such a special place that they've created there, and you've kind of hit the nail on the head there. People are coming to that quite unique, quirky venue to experience magic and mind reading and things like that. They're kind of all searching for something when they come through the door, right? So it's always a lovely audience. And as a performer, like you stated there, you don't always get that. It's lovely place to perform.
I feel like it's if you are doing a lot of corporate gigs and a lot of weddings and things, you have to basically have two different skills really. Like just being a magician isn't enough. You've got to be that kind of good salesman to kind of reel them in beforehand, and then you hit them with the magic. So really, I think just being a wedding magician, that's not a title that really encompasses everything you have to do if you're out gigging. Magic isn't enough as such, but actually places where, like when you're at the Oracle Bar, they've already brought into what you're selling, so it must be nice to have that.
And do you know what? Like with that comes like totally different approaches to the material that I perform. So the material that I perform in the Oracle Bar, like how do I put this bluntly? Like I would, like for me, I'm gonna annoy a few people here. For me, I would like personally never go near an ambitious card routine in the Oracle because, but whereas if I'm in a wedding set or a corporate setting, like I might only have like 5 minutes, and I know that it's like hard hitting magic. I can jump in and do like a multiple selection with like an ambitious card in there or something, or what have you. Like my bread and butter is card magic, so I know I can go to that kind of stuff. But when I'm in the Oracle, like I feel as though I have more, not creative freedom because the guys are very, very open anyway in there. But I tend to perform different types of effects when I'm in there.
Love letters.
It's more sit down magic as well. So you're sitting down with people. How's your evening going? Is this your first time to the Oracle? How are you enjoying it? How are you finding it? Good stuff. What I thought we could. In fact, can you just shuffle those? And we just talk. We're having a conversation. And then we kind of move into trying a few things essentially. I
think it's true. I think they're more things that you genuinely love, and you express yourself more. I remember Ben L was on a podcast years ago, and he was asked about where does he love to perform, and he says that magic should only be performed. Hopefully I'm getting this quite right. At night, around a fire, right? And I think that kind of does encompass all of that kind of mystery into one thing where you're not just kind of going bang 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 from one table to the next, but actually you're able to create that environment and actually just relax, get to know each other, and that's the mystery take its form. And so you kind of flirt between the two then. So you, like I say, you've got the Oracle Bar, but then you also are doing these corporate gigs where you're having to just kind of please the punters, find things that corporate powerful.
Corporate now and then. Weddings, I'm quite busy with weddings. And it is a bit of a balance between the two. So, at times I am out there, I'm doing wedding magic. I'm there for a drinks reception. I'm making sure everybody's entertained in that kind of 1.5 to 2 hours. It's not necessarily relaxed in the sense that you can take your complete time over what you're doing with people, because you do want to get around all the groups and things. Slightly different environments, but I do enjoy it. I do love it. I think it's always a good time at a wedding. People tend to always be in a good mood if everything's going to plan. It's good.
That's good. You talk about everything going to plan. I remember I performed once at a pub years ago when I first got into gigging, and I performed to this young couple sat having a meal, and at the very end they turned to me and they said, the lady turned to me and she said, thanks so much for that. I said, that's all right. She said, it's really broken the ice because me and my boyfriend are actually breaking up. and your kind of magic just kind of really kind of kept everything upbeat. They were saying that right in front of each other. He obviously knew because he had that discussion, and then I kind of brought the closure. I kind of brought the ending to their relationship in such
So you
a
didn't
positive
finish with
way.
Anniversary Waltz then? You didn't finish with...
No, yeah, I did, and then I had to just kind of peel the card and just hand it back separately, just to reinforce where they now are.
You should have done Ben Williams' new release Rings. You could have done that. They could have linked, and you could have just ripped them apart again.
That's true. Yeah. So yeah, but I've never had a wedding where it's gone terribly wrong. But yeah. So this isn't your full-time job. You're a digital consultant. Is that right? Have I done my research correct?
Am I
slightly off with the Manchester thing?
No, you're fine.
Really? I should have.
So I work for a digital consultancy. I've worked in kind of IT, tech, and digital products for about 15 years now. Right. So I guess you could technically say I'm a semi-professional in that I'm still working a 9 till 5. I work remotely though. So I'm not kind of traveling all over the country. So I work remotely. I'm on a kind of 9 till 5 there, and then I basically perform at weddings or events or things like that during the weekend. So I do have to try and strike a balance though, because as you'll know, with a young family yourself now, I've got a little boy. It's just, I'll be honest, I do have to monitor the amount of weddings that I'm going to say yes to. It's quite I don't want to sound like an idiot saying that, because, obviously every inquiry is good. But I don't want to be doing 4 weddings a month, right? Because that takes time away from what's important. It's a bit of a balance, if I'm honest.
I've kind of struggled with the same thing, and I think this is kind of one of the driving forces of you launching your new membership. Then is it kind of that kind of change? Was it at the start of the new year, or have you been thinking about this for a long time? What was?
I've kind of thought about, I guess, membership. So I think when did I first start thinking about it? I think I've always been thinking about what's the best way to kind of share my work, and obviously you can work with magic companies to release your products, and I've done that before, and I would do it again. Of course I would. But then I've kind of toyed around with this idea of, could I do some of this myself potentially? Like, could I bring some of this work to the magic community by my own doing, essentially? And I know kind of memberships have become a little bit more known about, I guess, over the last couple of years. And also I think some of the material as well, in terms of the membership that I'm launching, it'll be 2 items a month. Ordinarily, maybe if I was releasing that material as part of a project, it might be like a multi-effect project, if you will.
Right.
Whereas for me, I like the flexibility of being able to kind of put out an item itself, and then, kind of see what people think of that item and see how they want to use it, and kind of start the conversation around it, really, in terms of the effect. So I think there's a bit more flexibility there, but also it's you kind of started to allude to it, but it kind of fits in with my personal life as well. So I'll be honest, like, I've not really got the time that I can put to like going here, there, everywhere, all around the country, recording lots of projects and things like that, where if I'm able to film performances from whether it be like if I'm out performing, I can get some kind of footage of routines, or if I do have a network of magicians or a network of friends that I can lean on to kind of get performance footage, and then obviously I can film explanation videos kind of in my own home, if you will. So there's kind of a few contributing factors. That, and the fact that I've been sat on a lot of material for a while now, and I've just been like, I really should kind of start to move some of this out the door, really, and share it, really. So
no, that's great. I think for me, like starting in January, I was like, right, I'm going to start doing YouTube, and for
Mhm.
me, it's kind of a similar thing. Obviously, yeah, having a baby, you want to be at home more. I want to kind of gain a small audience that are aware of the
Yeah.
products that I'm releasing, and kind of focus more on the creating side of things, because that's genuinely what I love to do. And
Yeah.
I think that there is this real debate of like, I still perform, I still go out and do weddings, and I try my material out there, and I do try it with friends and family. There's always been this debate of like, do you create to sell a trick, or do you or do you do a trick from just natural performance? But I feel like I constantly toss between the two, but I feel like actually it doesn't matter so much of the emotive behind it. It actually matters on the actual product itself. It doesn't matter
Sure.
whether you kind of come across it just to sell it, because it still could be an excellent trick that does work in the real world,
Mhm.
And I feel like, but also it does need to be trial and tested. And like you're saying, like, actually, you are still going out there performing. You've got this kind of real motivation, right? I need to create each month now. Thankfully, you've got a backlog, which is good.
Yeah, so I've got a bit of an initial
Yeah,
plan around some kind
right.
of sorted for Jan, Feb, March in my head at
Okay.
least. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I might have a change of heart on some things, and other things get prioritized.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I want a kind of a rolling 3-month plan, so I can kind of at least.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person scrambling around going, oh, I've got to create a trick because I've got the next month's content needs to go out the door. Like, I don't really want to be in that position. So, and I personally wouldn't be putting myself in this position now if I didn't have a lot of material.
That's it.
If I had like 3 effects that I wanted to release, I'd be in trouble, right?
In
Halfway through next
stages of
month.
10. Yeah. Drag out an explanation over a space of 2 or 3 months, and
Yeah, we're going to do this with 2 items. Yeah.
yeah.
No,
It's good. I think it's definitely nice to kind of address those notebooks, and like you say, kind of release the things and you have control over how you do it, the pace you do it, the themes that you bring together, the way you film it, and everything like that. It's it's very exciting. As soon as you told me about it, I was like, right, okay, we've got to check this out, because I feel like you are, and I think Lloyd Barnes put it in a good way. I think on his podcast, I don't know if you ever heard of it, but he was saying how when he sees you perform, he feels like he's in safe hands. And I think that
not
I
sure
relate
why.
to that a lot on that. I think because you don't necessarily come across like with a kind of a weird persona that suddenly like it feels very authentic,
Yeah.
And I feel like what's good about this membership is we are probably going to see you at gigs, like you say, with the filming there, but we're also going to see you hanging out with your friends at a pub, or going up to strangers at any kind of venue. So we're going to see you in your own kind of, your day-to-day life to a certain degree, and actually see the stuff that genuinely feels authentic to you, that you are willing to kind of, go and put your name out on it. It's very exciting. So, and also I think the reason why a lot of even the mentalism, because you drift between mentalism and card magic quite a lot, it means that neither is too intense, right? So I think you've said in a past interview that you're kind of, you don't, it's not an official plan, although I'm now talking about it here as well, so now it's become more official. But you're going to mix. Maybe every month there'll be like a card thing and a mentalism thing, or but it will be a kind of a mixture of the two to some degree. Not every month.
That's my intention. It is my intention, and that is how I'm trying to plan it out, if you will. Along with 2 items a month, I am looking to upload kind of bonus content as well here or there. So, one of the things I've not. It's so weird because I've got a version of Patreon which is quite full because I'm scheduling a lot of my releases on there. So I'm trying to think, wait a minute, like nobody knows the stuff that I've got kind of lined up. But like one of the bonuses, for example, is kind of my take on some ESP symbols and things like that. And it's just like an alternative approach to ESP symbols, for example. So for me, it's not a full item, it's not a full routine, but it's something that I've thought about time and time again, and I've kind of come back to, and I've kind of captured my thoughts on it, bundled it up as a PDF or an ebook, and then that's going to go on as a bonus, for example. So for me, that's not a monthly item, but someone might look at that and go, oh, that's perfect for this routine, actually, or they might go and build a routine off the back of it. So there's kind of there's other bits of kind of card magic bonuses and mentalism in there as well. But it also allows me to kind of have a caveat for, God forbid, if I ever put together a coin routine, who knows, right? I'm not a coin guy. But if I ever did, it's like, here's a bonus, guys, right?
It's nice to have that mixture as well, because I feel like one of the reasons why I love the Definitive Sankey books is because you already know the foundational moves. He's just found 1,000 different angles to do that move. And so it's really nice the fact that you haven't got to learn a whole routine from scratch. Like, it's still nice to do that, and it's more kind of for your own enjoyment when you learn a new routine. But sometimes when you do want to go out and do a gig, you want to already have a foundation in place, and then just find a way of kind of tuning it into the audience that you're going to be performing for, or kind of customize it. So I think it's nice. I think I get as much value out of the bonus ideas of someone just kind of coming at something with just a random idea or another way of kind of looking at it than I do learning a whole routine as well. So so definitely put those in. It sounds good.
I will be doing. I've got a few thoughts on that, and I mean, obviously we've got Blackpool coming up as well, so that's one where I'm kind of rattling my brain, thinking surely I can get some bonus footage of something at Blackpool. There's lots, I've got lots of friends at Blackpool, and it's a good chance to potentially film some routines and things like that as well. So, along with also, I'm on Sam Fitton's solo dealer booth again this year. So,
I was going to ask whether you had a stand or whether you were Cam again, because for the viewers watching this, they will know that I just wandered aimlessly between the lectures, just around the stands, and then kept on coming back to your stand and hanging out with you and Sam, because I brought solo and I love solo and I use it. It's brilliant. And even some of the mentalism applications you've got for that are great as well. And so it was really good. I mean,
I'm not going to spoil anything, but I know there's those who are solo users know there are updates coming and things like that. And what I would say is definitely come along to the solo stand at Blackpool, because I'm in a WhatsApp that's currently got a lot of messages flying around solo, and I'm lucky enough to kind of, knowing Sam, I'm kind of working with him on the booth and stuff. Luckily enough, I get kind of the test versions of the app coming through and things. So we, me and Aaron, another guy who kind of helps out, we kind of beta test things for Sam. And so I've got the latest updates now, and there's some good stuff in there. So
nice.
Yeah.
It's good. Well, I'll definitely check out your stand. I've got a stand for the first year ever.
I know, exciting.
So I'm worried that I'm just going to lose my voice. This is a thing.
Yeah, you will. You will.
Yeah. So I think I might have to get one of kind of like an Alan Partridge kind of microphone and things like that when he's kind of trying to flog his books in the middle of a train station. But I'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But no, it'd be good to hang out with you again at Blackpool. And
yes.
At least I won't be aimlessly wandering around your stand.
No, we'll bring you a coffee. Are you flying solo on the stand? Are you on your own?
I am. Yeah,
we'll bring you a coffee. There you go.
I like how you kind of dropped a plug for solo in.
I noticed I did that, and I kind of tried to.
Obviously in your veins. Yeah, it's good.
Sam's just on camera.
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah, trying to push a product on us. But no, it sounds excellent. So, like you say, it's on Patreon. So
yes.
Do it on there.
If people are interested, it's on Patreon. It's patreon.com/deceptive secrets. So I'm fine to say it now, because I believe this is going out on the day that it's now live.
Out on the day. Yeah. You heard it here first. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the URL. We can maybe post it in the description if that's all right.
Of course we can.
Yeah,
and
people interested, come and have a look.
Yeah, so you're looking at kind of at least 2 videos a month. There'll be other bonus things thrown in as well. Yeah. And pricing, have you decided on the price?
Yeah, so this is a bit of a tough one really, but it's $10.99 a month.
Right, okay. Yeah.
$10.99 a month. Two items and then the bonus content as well. So yeah.
Excellent. Well, it's very exciting, and a lot of people have put their names down as kind of testimonials for you. Mark Paul was on there. I saw one
Yeah,
from
I
Mark
know.
Paul as
Like,
well.
yeah, like I've had some people kind of be very kind and provide some words for kind of my work, I guess, and the membership that's upcoming. So, yeah, when Mark was kind of like, yeah, like, and then like sent me this thing, I was like, not sure what to say that, Mark, but thank you. Like, he was very
Yeah.
kind, and I've yeah, I'm going to probably post a few of those kind of once the membership's live and things. So, yeah, people have been very kind. Not sure how to take it, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's nervy in itself setting out on a new venture, right? And then I'm really putting yourself out there and being quite vulnerable with it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough, but I'm excited. Like at the same time, I keep going between the two.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure. Yeah, I find it bad enough just with YouTube, let alone when people are doing that. So, yeah, good luck. But
Thank you.
no, if anyone is going to make a hit of it, it's you. So yeah, I'm very excited to see the content. I am also very excited to see you in just a couple of weeks' time now at Blackpool.
Yeah.
And hopefully everyone watching will go click that link that will be in the description below. And yeah, I want to thank you for taking the time to come on here and talk about this membership and what you're doing. And
Cool.
any other kind of random things you want to say? Are you you're lecturing soon as well? Is that?
I lectured yesterday. I had to think about that then.
Did you? Right. Okay.
No,
yeah.
I didn't. But by the time this goes live, I will have done.
Time you. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Confused everything.
Did it go well? Did it go really well?
I hope yes.
Yes. Yeah. Good.
Sure. So yeah, I've got I kind of along with kind of the membership going. I've kind of been asked by a few magic clubs this year to go around and lecture. So I think I've got maybe 6 or 7 over the year that I'm kind of going down and lecturing. So yeah, excited. There's a load of kind of material in there. Some of my thoughts around kind of trying to make mentalism play a little bit bigger, because I think a lot of the time mentalism can be quite invisible. So thinking about what does that look like, right, for maybe people who are around you. And I'm excited to just kind of share some of my unreleased material, really, some stuff that will be going on the membership at some point. But I've also got kind of, revisiting material from Perplexions, and I've got my kind of go-to handling for lexicon now that I share at lectures, but that'll be going on the membership at some point. Yeah, so I'm kind of excited, but also nervous again to lecture, because I'm not particularly seasoned in lecturing. I've done a couple and they've kind of gone down well, so excited.
Yeah. No, you'll be fine. It'll be great. Be great to see it. So yeah. Well, anyway, everyone check out Adam's work. Go on Patreon and show him some love at Blackpool as well. Go around the solo stand. Don't hang around there too much. Let me do that. And yeah, we will see you soon. So thank you so much, Sam.
Cheers,
and I said Sam. Solo has got into my head.
Solo is in your head.
Thank you, Adam. And yeah, I will see you at Blackpool. Cheers.
Yeah, see you at Blackpool. Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.